The silence broke before dawn. The air held a trembling stillness. Something within you stirred. It wasn't a thought. It was a call, a divine pulse, a whisper from the unseen. It said, "Rise." You didn't move at first. You only felt it, that subtle shift, like the world inhaling for the first time again. You've known this silence before. It's the same quiet that arrives before transformation, the same stillness that prepares the soul for movement. You've carried so much weight through the long night, expectations, memories, versions of yourself that no longer fit, but there is a reason you feel the ache of release. It's not loss, it's realignment. The divine does not take, it rearranges. Every ending you've mourned was a doorway disguised as grief. Every delay was time itself kneeling to your readiness. You were never behind. You were being prepared. Now, the horizon is whispering your name again. You can feel it in your bones, that sacred urgency. Not the rush of fear, but the rhythm of calling. You stand at the edge of the unseen. You can't see what waits beyond, but something inside you already remembers the way. So you breathe. You let your shoulders drop. You let the weight fall. And as you breathe again, the air begins to move through you like light, remembering its source. There is a choice before you. Not between right or wrong, but between sleep and awakening, between surviving and living as if you were sent here on purpose. Step forward, even if your legs tremble, even if the path disappears beneath your feet. The moment you move, the ground will rise to meet you. This is how faith breathes, not in knowing, but in moving anyway. Breathe. Let stillness hold you. Not every truth needs a word. Some are spoken only through presence. The divine has been preparing you for this very chapter. Every silence was a lesson. Every tear was an initiation. You have not been wandering. You have been circling your own awakening. Now, a new current opens before you. You can sense it, the soft hum of renewal beneath your ribs. It is the language of divine timing, the sacred choreography of everything, finding its place. You are not late. You are right on time. The season has turned, and your soul is answering the call. Walk as if the wind itself remembers your name. Speak as if the stars are listening. Carry your light without apology. The world is ready for your becoming. If this message found you, type 333 inches the comments. Stay here, your next awakening is already waiting for you. Night had barely lifted when you felt it. A quiet clarity moving through the spaces inside you. Not loud, not forceful, just undeniable. The kind of clarity that doesn't arrive through thought, but through remembrance. Something ancient within you opened its eyes, as if a part of you that had been asleep for lifetimes finally exhaled. You've spent years trying to become who the world expected, wearing strength like armor, hiding softness like a fragile secret. But the divine never asked you to become anything other than what you already are. Your becoming is not a construction, it is an uncovering. The truth is not ahead of you, it is within you, waiting for permission to surface. Your soul has always known. It has only been waiting for your mind to remember. This morning, something shifted. Not outside, inside. A subtle alignment. A returning to the center you once abandoned to survive. You felt a warmth move through your chest. A soft inner glow. It wasn't emotion. It was recognition. Recognition of the light you came here to carry. Recognition of the path that was always yours. Recognition of the quiet power you tried to silence so others could feel comfortable. Pause. Place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm. This is your oldest teacher. This is the compass that never lied to you. Breathe into it. Long, slow, true. Feel how your body softens when you stop resisting your own truth. Feel how peace rises when you stop negotiating your worth. Nothing outside you can offer the belonging that awakens from within. There will come a moment, perhaps today, when the divine will place a choice in front of you, a choice to remain familiar, or to follow the pull of your soul. If you choose familiar, you will stay safe. If you choose your soul, you will become whole. Wholeness asks for surrender, not of your dreams, but of your limitations. Walk toward what calls you, not what cages you. You weren't made to shrink, to fit into places your spirit has outgrown. Your wings have been brushing against the walls for too long. The air outside your old life is waiting. Stay still. Let this truth land. Do not rush past the softness. Awakening does not happen in noise. It unfolds in the quiet spaces where you finally hear yourself again. Close your eyes. Notice the space inside your breath. That is where the divine meets you. A new chapter is rising in your life, not because the world changed, but because you did. Your soul is no longer content with half-light living. It wants the fullness of its dawn. And as you step into this new inner alignment, life will begin to rearrange around your truth. People will feel the difference in your presence. Rooms will shift when you enter. Paths will open the moment you choose them. Not by force, by resonance. You are no longer attracting from survival. You are calling forth from purpose. Walk gently today, but walk as one who remembers. The divine is not ahead of you. It is moving through you, and every step you take in alignment becomes a bridge for the next awakening. If your heart remembered something today, type 333 inches the comments. It began as a soft trembling inside you, a quiet knowing that the time of waiting had ended, not with noise, not with a dramatic sign, but with a calm certainty that settled into your bones. You woke today with a different energy. The air felt clearer. Your steps felt more intentional. Something in you had crossed an invisible threshold. This is what rising feels like. Not an escape from who you were, but a return to who you have always been. For so long, you held yourself back. You dimmed your voice to keep the peace. You folded your wings to fit into spaces too small for your becoming. But the divine did not place a flame within you, so you could hide it from the world. The world needs the heat of your courage, the warmth of your presence, the glow of your truth. You were not meant to walk quietly through your destiny. You were meant to arrive with a quiet roar of certainty. Today, life will invite you to act, not react. Act. You will feel a pull towards something unfamiliar, yet right. A conversation you must initiate. A decision you must no longer delay. A step you must finally take. Do not wait for confidence. Movement creates it. You might not see the whole path. You only need to honor the first step. Stand. Even if your voice is soft, even if your hands tremble. Rising has never required perfection, only willingness. Pause, breathe here, let the moment stretch. Feel the space around you shift when you choose yourself. Feel the old identities loosen their grip. Not everything can walk with you into your dawn. Some people will stay behind. Some habits will fall away. Some beliefs will dissolve like mist under morning light. Release gently. Release with grace. Release with gratitude for what once served you. Your soul is not losing anything. It is traveling lighter. There is a sacred courage awakening in you. A courage that doesn't shout. A courage that feels like peace. The divine has been whispering this truth into your spirit. You are ready. Ready to speak with clarity. Ready to choose with alignment, ready to walk with purpose. This readiness is not accidental. It is the result of every night you held yourself through the darkness, every silent healing, every unseen tear, every inner battle you won with no audience. You earned this chapter. Stay still for a moment. Let your heart catch up to your becoming. Place your hand over your chest again. Feel that steady rhythm. That is the sound of resilience becoming sacred strength. That is the echo of every time you rose when breaking seemed easier. Your story has shifted. Your energy has changed. Your path is opening. And now, the world around you will begin to respond. Not because life suddenly became easier, but because you finally aligned with the truth of who you are. There will come a moment very soon when you see evidence, a sign, a door opening, a person arriving, a synchronicity too aligned to ignore. Do not call it luck. Call it recognition. Life rearranges itself for the soul that chooses to rise. Walk gently today, but walk as one who carries sacred authority. You are no longer the version of you who doubted your place here. You rise now, not as a seeker, but as a rememberer. Before the world fully awakened, you felt a presence around you, not a figure, not a voice, just a sacred certainty that you were not walking this path alone. There is a guidance that moves in silence. It doesn't shout to get your attention. It waits for your stillness. In that early morning quiet, the unseen placed its hand gently upon your journey. And even if you couldn't explain why, you sensed that something had aligned in your favor. You've walked through chapters where support felt distant, where answers hid behind closed doors, where you carried yourself without a hand to hold, but the unseen was always there, rearranging, redirecting, refining, not abandoning you, preparing you. Every step you took in uncertainty was met with invisible forces clearing the path ahead. You weren't walking alone. You were walking ahead of your own understanding. The divine guidance of your life has never been absent. It was simply quiet while you learned to trust your own feet. Today, you will begin to notice what you once missed. The right word appearing at the perfect moment. A little sign that only your heart could recognize. A connection, a chance meeting, a sudden clarity. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Life speaks in symbols long before it speaks in outcomes. The sacred always arrives in whispers before it appears in form. Your role is not to force. Your role is to stay open. Pause here. Let the air settle around you. Feel how your breath softens when you stop trying to control what is unfolding. Feel the peace that enters when you trust the invisible architecture of your path. Surrender is not giving up. It is leaning into the knowing that you are guided, supported, held. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tightness leave your chest. You do not need to figure everything out at once. You only need to honor the next step illuminated before you. You will be asked to walk with a new kind of faith now, not the kind that waits for proof, but the kind that becomes proof through movement. There is a sacred instruction being woven into your intuition. You will feel it as a pull, a nudge, a quiet inner yes. When it arrives, follow, even if it leads where you've never been. The unseen can only guide a spirit willing to move, and you, now awakened to your inner alignment, are ready to be led by a higher clarity. This is partnership with the divine, not in worship, but in co-creation. Stay still. Let your spirit absorb this. Your journey is shifting from effort to flow, from pushing to allowing, from seeking guidance outside to recognizing it inside. The divine is not separate from you. It breathes through your intuition. It aligns through your timing. It speaks through your knowing. When you trust that, life unfolds with grace. Soon, you will witness alignment that feels almost surreal. Moments so precise that your heart will pause in awe. You will look back and understand that nothing was random, nothing was wasted, nothing was lost. Every delay protected you. Every detour redirected you. Every silence sharpened your hearing. You were being shaped for a path that required a wiser version of you. And now, that version is here. Walk with your head lifted, your heart open, and your spirit attuned. For the unseen is no longer behind you. It walks beside you. There comes a moment in every awakening when inner knowing must become lived truth. You have reached that moment. The light within you is no longer a quiet spark. It is a presence, a strength, a direction. The world around you may not fully recognize this shift yet, but your soul does. It feels like a gentle fire rising through your chest, reminding you that you are no longer who you were yesterday. You are becoming. For years, you believed transformation would arrive with fanfare, a loud revelation, a dramatic breakthrough. But this becoming is different. It's tender, graceful, certain. It feels like standing in your own skin for the first time, like hearing your true voice after years of whispering, like remembering the path your spirit chose before fear rewrote the map. This is not self-improvement. This is self-returning. You are not adding to yourself. You are removing what was never you. Today, life will invite you to act from your new alignment. It might be a boundary you finally hold, a truth you speak without shaking, a dream you take one step toward with quiet conviction. These moments may seem small to others, but the sacred never measures by size, only by authenticity. When you choose what aligns with your soul, you shift timelines. You change the quality of your future. Your choices today are not ordinary. They are declarations to the divine. I am ready to live as who I truly am. Pause. Take one breath for the person you used to be. Honor them. They survived so you could arrive here. Now, take one breath for the person you are becoming. Feel how your body softens as you step into coherence with your own truth. Stillness. Let it settle. The body knows before the mind understands. And your body is already whispering yes. There is a beauty in the stage you are in, the space between no longer and not yet. Many avoid this space. They rush through it, fill it, distract from it. But you are learning to stay, to breathe inside the unknown, to trust the sacred unfolding rather than force an outcome. This is mastery, not of the world, but of the self. Your presence is changing. Your energy is refining. Your frequency is rising. And soon, your outer reality will mirror the transformation occurring within. Do not shrink when the world begins to reflect your growth. Do not apologize for outgrowing dynamics that kept you small. Do not explain the evolution of your soul to those committed to misunderstanding it. You are allowed to take up space now, to speak with clarity, to stand without trembling, to choose without seeking permission. Your becoming is not a rebellion. It is a remembrance of the sacred blueprint you came here to embody. The divine placed a signature within you. No one else can carry it. No one else can express the truth that only your life can speak. It is time to live it. Soon, life will present you with a moment that reveals how much you've changed. You will notice yourself responding from alignment rather than fear, choosing truth over comfort, walking forward instead of circling back. This is how becoming unfolds, not in a single leap, but in every small sacred act of honoring who you truly are. Walk gently, but walk as the embodiment of your awakening. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you, as you were divinely designed to be. The air feels different now, not lighter, not heavier, just truer, as if life itself is holding its breath, watching you prepare to cross into a chapter that was written with your name long before you could speak it. This is the threshold, the sacred edge between who you were and who you came here to be. You can feel it in your pulse tonight, a quiet electricity beneath your skin, a stillness charged with purpose. Something is about to unfold. There was a time when you prayed to become stronger, when you whispered for clarity, when you longed for a sign that your path was real and not imagined. What you didn't know then was that every waiting season was shaping your inner foundation. Strength did not arrive through ease. It entered through endurance. Clarity did not come through answers. It came through surrender. You were not being tested. You were being tempered, refined, aligned. The divine was sculpting the version of you that could carry the sacred responsibility of your purpose. Now, that version is standing at the door of your new reality. The threshold asks for one last offering, not of pain, but of truth. What must not cross with you into this new chapter is not a person or a place, but a pattern, A belief that kept you small, a story that kept you afraid, a memory you outgrew but kept repeating. This is the moment of release, not forced, not dramatic, simply honest. To cross this threshold, you must tell the truth of who you are now, even if it's only whispered to yourself at first. Pause here. Breathe. Let your shoulders soften. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the space behind your heart. That is where the next chapter begins. Not in your mind, in your being. Stay still. Let silence prepare you. This silence is not emptiness. It is initiation, a sacred clearing, so the new can enter without obstacle. Your new reality will not require you to fight for your place. What aligns with your soul will meet you with recognition. What belongs will stay. What no longer resonates will gently dissolve. You won't need to chase. Your energy will draw what is meant. This is the power of alignment. It replaces force with flow. The divine does not ask you to prove your worthiness for this next chapter. It asks you to receive it, fully, openly, without apology. Receiving is an act of faith, a declaration that you finally believe you are ready for the magnitude of your own life. Soon, you will look around and notice that the external has shifted to match the internal. You will feel at home in your own presence. You will speak from your truth without rehearsing it. You will choose from clarity rather than fear. People will sense the difference. Opportunities will feel magnetized to your path. Synchronicities will become frequency rather than surprise. This is not magic. This is alignment. When the inner world transforms, the outer world responds. Walk through this doorway with grace. No rush, no resistance. Place one hand on your heart. One breath, one step. Your new reality is not ahead of you. It is rising to meet the truest version of you, and the divine that walked beside you in the shadows now walks within you in the light. You have crossed the threshold. You are no longer preparing. You are becoming.